I started my trekking in the village Lumle. In this region of Nepal, everyone lives on a slope, and it makes their life special. They probably wish to live on a plain so much. Most of the residents are involved in agriculture. However, it doesn't provide all their needs. They have to import other food like rice. Traditionally, young people leave their villages and go to work abroad, to Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia. However, recently, more and more Nepalese are able to go to more richer countries like Japan and United States. Continuing my trekking, I came to the village Ghandruk. On the way I met some locals who were also heading the same direction, so it was more fun to walk together. As the weather deteriorated, I thought I'm going to be soaked wet from the rain. As I was passing by the first village of the house, it looks like they see many tourists out here. They just ignored strangers. They just kept doing their business. At this location, according to the map, I was supposed to take the trail down. But the map lied. There is no that trail that shows here. Even the local says that there is no trail. It looks to me you need a parachute to get down here. Some locals said that you can go down, but it will be very dangerous, and for that reason no one goes there. There is almost a vertical drop closer to the bottom, covered with forest. My fears about the weather came true, and it started to rain, so I had to stay for about an hour and a half in this village. Looks like locals got a pretty good use out of modern technology. Stone roofs are widespread in Nepal, and they are quite successful in protecting the house from rain and weather. The village has even a small store and cafeteria. However, it is filled up with junk food. Since there is a subtropical climate, all the greens grow wonderfully here. The weather changed fast in the mountains. As fast bad weather came, the same way it was blown away from this canyon. So we continue our trek, hoping that it's going to be way down from this hill a bit further. That is what was the map showing. The trail down was supposed to be about here, but when I look down I see the homes, so it's pretty steep drop. I walk here extra careful because you can easily lose your food and you're going to be going very far down. After noisy and dusty Nepali cities, you right away notice this quietness and fresh air. Pretty soon I met American tourists. Just look, they walk without any load, and Nepalese carry their luggage. That's how Americans travel.
Around 80. So, you know, that's
long way.
4 hours, 3.5 hours.
The nature looks like with Hawaiian. Look at the vegetation. Plants look similar. There are no freezing temperatures even during winter in the lower elevations. For sure, if you go higher, so even during summer, it's going to be snow. So during winter, during the day, you can easily get 75 degrees on Fahrenheit. Students returning from school back to their mountain villages. On the way to village Tamejung, there is a house that locals use to have rest when they are going down from their villages. Locals also offered me to sit down and just have a rest with them together. Gathered leaves on the steps. That's the children gathering food for their buffaloes. For some reason they don't let them go freely on these hills. They have to bring it. So I came to the village Tamejung. It is located at about 5,000 feet on elevation and about 15 families populated. It is a special village because some time ago some kind of American fund helped the village to improve. People in this village turned out to be very friendly. They offered me very sweet tea with milk. They have a lot of bee nests all over their homes. They even offered to stay overnight for free in their home because it rained and it stopped and I don't really want to get wet. But the rain was strong. You can feel these tropics. The village Tamejung is separated from the main road with a river. This bridge like a lifeline for them. Otherwise they would have to walk for an entire day to Lumle to get a bus. Some residents have cattle, buffaloes. They don't have cows, so they drink buffalo milk. I just don't understand why buffalo is not treated as well as cow. What's the difference? Some have chickens. It means they have eggs. On their tiny fields they grow corn, bananas, oranges. Western techniques in agriculture started to arrive in Nepal recently. However, here I don't see them yet. In order to heat their home, they burn the fire inside of their building. And you have to bow down in order not to breathe with the smoke. They have a small room next to the home as their kitchen where they make the fire. In order to get into town, residents have to use this walkway. It takes about an hour and a half to get to the main road. And when they catch a bus, they have to pay $3 in order to get into town. And that is very expensive for them. So you see, their life is not very comfortable. They have to do so much work. On top of it, they have to pay a lot of money. You saw their homes are with no normal heating. They have to make fire inside of their home. They grow corn and they have to split it for the cattle and for themselves. Despite all of this, I feel great here. There is something that gives you energy and something special.
Хороший.
Over here is a pretty dangerous spot. I almost slipped on these stones, and if you look to the side, it's almost vertical drop covered in vegetation. Very dangerous spot. So I was very careful going down because the stones, they were wet. On top of it, some of them were covered in some growth. It is a challenge every time you go here. So that's what the locals have to go through every time they want to go to the river or, for example, to the town. People who live in the plains should be thankful because this terrain gives them so much extra work. They even don't let their cattle to go out. Just imagine, every day, several times a day, to go and pick all the greens, like leaves like those kids we saw. I think it's just horrible. When I got down, there was a small shop and they were selling water. It cost about 50 cents per bottle. However, in town, the same kind of bottle costs only 20 cents. Local produce is great here. It's like organic. I had a test, so I tested it for nitrates and it had pretty good results. After this, I did not take any videos until kimchi because I was in a hurry and the day was getting over and I wanted to get the lodging before it gets dark. As soon as I got to kimchi, we had a pretty good dinner with my friends. So we bought these plates for $6. And we also stayed here for $1. However, he promised us internet, shower, hot water, and none of it was there. So this kind of room cost us $1 per person, per bed. but separate room with facilities would cost about $6 per night. Next morning I ordered food and I tested it for nitrates, some cucumbers and tomatoes, and the results were half of the norm. That's the result I get when I pick something off the garden with no fertilizer at all. They grow this produce right here next to the hotel in these tiny fields. I also checked radiation with this device and it was normal too. Hiunchuli is the tiny village where the bus comes to, and it has the final stop, and it takes another 1 hour and a half to get to Ghandruk. If you walk for about half an hour, you get to a spot where the taxis and off-road vehicles deliver their passengers. At this location there is a small market, and the price is for about 2-3 times higher than in a city. Bananas for about $1.20, mango for $3 per kilogram, and oranges for $2 per kilogram. I'm sure these people have a choice to move to the plains, but they still don't move anywhere. There are a couple spots with the drinking water. It really helps you out because you can't carry all the water you need, because you sweat a lot and you evaporate. So it's pretty useful. Some people say that you cannot drink from there, but I'm sure it's pretty safe. This place is really worth to visit. There are a lot of hotels, and they start from about $5 per room. And almost every house is converted to the guest house. On top of it, you're being served with the food with organic produce grown locally here. And it comes with a price 2-3 times cheaper than in the Western world. The reason this village got so popular because there is a trekking route goes to the village, and people go for a week or 2 weeks to the mountains. This is one hotel with the best location for view. They have rooms and the dining room all looking to this great scenery.